You guys ready? Look here. Now over there. Now back at me. Don't look at Peterson, because it's going to be like the whole Raiders and Lost Ark scenario. So this week we are broadcasting live, and we're recording the show for your later viewing pleasure. We're talking about Bitcoin mining, Nintendo Labo, and what games we're playing right now. You've just logged into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
This is Peterson.
Spencer here.
And welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. 3-Bit Gamer Show.
Doom, doom, doom,
3-Bit Gamer Show. 3-Bit Gamer Show. It's the 3-Bit Gamer Show. 3-Bit Gamer Show.
We didn't even practice that.
Are you serious? This is our new life. This is great.
Is this for real? Is this going to
real
be
life?
forever?
What am I supposed to do with my hands?
Oh, yeah. So we're on camera. Dylan, our lovely producer, got us hooked up on camera.
Super excited.
Using super nice equipment. So
He's already regretting it.
because Twitch is just a bugger, we've tried to get the Twitch mobile thing going. We've been trying to we'll try to stream these sods, but at the very least we'll be posting them on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're hearing this and you want to see the live
happen?
version, you want to see the behind the scenes, pause your podcast because we've already got your listen now. Go over to YouTube and give us your view.
Also, register for us on Twitch, and Twitch, future sponsor of the program. Excellent software. It's a great platform. We love Twitch. Everything Twitch does is solid gold. Thank you, Twitch.
Spencer's our new PR guy.
Oh my gosh. Wait, is this going to happen all the time now?
Oh,
Now that
yeah.
Spencer's
I don't
on
know what
camera,
I'm
he's
supposed to
gonna,
look. Do I look at the camera? Do I look at you guys? Do I try to look at both? I'll just look right in between, right here.
Right above
okay,
the
so
camera.
this
Yeah,
week,
right. It's an old performance
meet my
trick.
eye line, Jim. Meet my eye line.
Oh, man.
So, anyone got a funny story for us?
I got one.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this.
Is it funny, though?
No.
Great.
And I've been wanting to tell you guys this story. So, here we go. This is a college days story. So when I was in college,
College Peterson,
I
such a slacker.
yeah, no, it wasn't that bad.
You
Like
installed
medium-
StarCraft on all your computer
medium
library
slacker.
computers.
When you're as smart as me, you don't have to study.
When you're as smart as me. Wasn't your slogan B's potentially for degrees?
Yeah.
Or C's?
No, not C's.
D's.
B's and A's.
Different kind of
Name your
something
sex
in a-
tape. So
B's and A's.
Okay, so when I was in college, I worked at a really nice restaurant throughout. It's called the OG Lounge.
This is Olive Garden, I believe.
Come on, it sounds cooler
Yeah,
as the
no,
OG
it is
Lounge.
the OG Lounge.
Okay, fine. It was an Olive Garden.
I thought you referred to it as the Snake Pit.
Ugh.
The dumpster.
No, guys. Look, my mind's already tiny bit in the gutter.
Let's just
Tiny
so,
bit.
so yeah,
leave
you
'em
can't
alone.
you can't feed me these. Okay,
You live in the
the
gutter.
snake pit and stuff. All right, so I worked at the Olive Garden, and anyone who works at a restaurant knows that there's slow days and slow times. So this was like a middle of the week lunch, like a
Oh.
weekday lunchtime.
So there's
it's
three
slow.
people there, and they're all weird.
Yeah, it's slow. We're-
Lunchtime is a slow time at a restaurant?
At
Oh
the,
my gosh.
At the Olive Garden.
on a weekday, yeah. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, no one wants to go fill up on breadsticks and unlimited salad in the middle
then
of the
go back
day.
to work.
And then go back to work. They'd go take a nap.
Carb bomb.
A carb bomb is
Carb bomb.
Carb bomb.
Yeah. So, okay. So it's a slow day, and one of my coworkers had brought in a Bop It game.
right,
That's-
because this is when you were in college back in 1994.
Yeah, and people were like,
That's what you do?
1994?
Dude, 92,
Easily
bro.
96. Easily 96.
Okay.
Late 96. So someone brings in one of those little Bop It games, and if you're unfamiliar with Bop It, there's three things, and there's a button in the middle. Okay, that's Bop It. So you hit the button when it says it. It'll give you verbal cues. You bop it and you bop it. Or there's two prongs. There's a prong on each side. One of them has to pull it. So it's a little thing that you pull, and then the one has a twist, a little thing that you twist.
This toy was apparently invented before the advent of sexual innuendo.
No, this
and
was
just
deep in the innuendo.
general comedy.
Yeah.
So there's Bop It. So there's Bop It, pull it, and twist it. Okay, and it has this music while you go. So it's doom ta doom 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 ka doom.
Nice
ka,
little
doom,
bass
doom, doom,
line
doom.
laid over.
And the guy's voice is You had to go, pull it, bop it. You know, and you've got like a certain amount of time to do that, right? And so I've got this bop it game at work, but I don't want my. If you've ever worked at a restaurant, you know your managers are like, you have to be busy all the time.
If you can lean, you can clean.
Yeah. If you don't have a table, you
got
start
time to
cleaning
clean.
stuff and wiping stuff down. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get the bop it high score. We were kind of competing that day. Everyone at work was like, hey, so you can get the high score. So I want to take this into an area where I can really focus and beat the high score. So I take it into the bathroom.
Doing some bathroom bopping.
Nothing focuses a man like a bathroom stall. I mean, unbelievable.
A little industry secret: the managers never go into the guest restrooms because they know it's a disaster and they know they'll have to deal with it.
They may
so
have to
they
clean.
just tell someone to go do it. So they never went in the bathroom. So I was like, all right, go into the guest bathroom stall, no problem. So I'm in the stall with
You
the bop it
smuggled
game.
the bop it in, I assume.
Yeah.
I also love that you refer to Olive Garden customers as the guests. That's pretty
Family.
great.
The family?
I was just gonna say it's ingrained. Apparently,
You're not.
You worked
this
at OG
isn't
Lounge
Disneyland,
long enough.
Okay, those are guests.
Sorry.
The people that go to Olive Garden, like maybe
Pigs.
Hey.
feed bags.
Customer service number 1. All right. First thing.
Okay, excuse me.
No. So I'm in there, and
Let's set the
so
scene
I'm like,
appropriately.
okay, so I turn on the bop it, and I'm going to start going. And it starts, doom. Any electronic device with audio, when those batteries start dying,
Wait,
things
can we
start to slow
rewind?
down a little bit.
So you're playing pop it in the stall.
So here I am in the bathroom of an Olive Garden, in the bathroom stall
Customer,
of an Olive
the
Garden.
guest bathroom.
Doom, cat, doom, 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 cat, doom, cat,
Pop it. And you're like
Yeah.
pulling it.
So the batteries start to die. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna get high score easy because everything is slowed down, and then
This is your golden moment.
the implication.
Who
Okay,
thought I could cheat at bop it? I
Yeah.
guess I can cheat at anything.
so
Thank you,
then
physics.
So then I start to. This is the music. Doom, ka, boom, 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 ka, boom. Real sultry. Ka, boom, boom,
Super
boom.
slow.
Pull it.
It got real porny, and then the voice was real low, and this is what I heard. Okay, doom, ka, doom, 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 ka, pull it, doom, 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 ka, pull it. Nope, no bop it.
Just pull it.
Pull it again. Okay, no. Okay, so here's
two
my mind.
pulls.
I'm thinking, okay, easy, no problem. Pull it.
Oh, no problem.
Doom,
Dude, I
doom,
got this all
doom,
day.
Pull it. And I'm going, wait, hold on a second here. Wait a second, what's happening? But I want that high score.
No, that's
then I
too
get-
hard.
And then I get a
Boom, ka, boom, 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 ka.
take off your pants. I was like, what? I mean, pull it.
A little Easter egg. From the Bop
and then it
execs.
just died.
And one of the guests walk in and is, the fuck is going on in there?
So after 4 pulls, it dies. Okay, now I'm like hitting it, like, come on, wake up, Bop It. Nothing. Bop It's gone. Bop It guy's asleep. Kicker, the best part of the story, I'm walking out disappointed
course.
with this Bop It experience. Bop It's satisfied, apparently. I'm
Bop
walking
it
out
smoking a cigarette.
disappointed. I swear on my life, I heard Bop It chuckle. Like he knew what he did. I straight up. This was
It's
happy
like a
ending.
speak and spell. but worse.
HJ Hansky on the Bop It. That was it.
Wow.
I've never.
Guys, kids,
Kids,
I'm looking at the camera now. Don't play the Bop It.
don't
Okay.
don't play the pop it in the bathroom either.
Don't take Bop It into a stall at an Olive Garden. It's good things do not happen.
This is
Blanket
a-
statement.
This is a real story. I'm not making this up.
Don't
this
go
is a real
into
story.
the stall in Olive Garden. I mean,
Yeah.
can we say that?
Yeah, and don't take Bop It in there.
Unless-
the Bop It
I don't
guy
think
is
I
a
would-
creep.
I don't think I will. I think it's always a risk going into the bathroom at a restaurant that has all you can eat anything.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's shrimp, it's breadsticks, it's salad bar. Doesn't matter.
If you're not at
because
home
someone
base, don't do
at
it.
that restaurant is pushing that limit. Someone at the restaurant is like challenging that right now, and they're gonna end up in the bathroom.
This
'cause
was
they're not
in
gonna
a-
make it home.
This was in a college town too, so we had like football players coming in and like
And college students that are like,
trying to eat as much as they could on purpose,
Yup.
like as a pride thing. Yeah, it was.
well, then you
bad.
have college students trying to eat as much as possible on like a survival thing.
budget-
This will get me.
budgetary
This will get
thing.
me through the next 3 days. This is enough breadsticks. I won't die for 3 days.
They have a lot of calories in them too, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good.
No,
that's
it's-
good. You
it's-
really can survive. If you're ever on like in a survival situation, you should always carry an Olive Garden breadstick with you.
Because the second you finish it, there's a guy with a bowl
You don't need
of new ones.
no more
Sir?
caloric intake for the month. You're good.
Just one.
Don't worry, you're good.
It's like leaving bread, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it was all along in Lord of the Rings. It was just Olive Garden
an OG
breadstick.
breadstick.
Yeah, the idea was that the bread lasted for a long, long time,
Yep,
but
yep.
in reality, there was an Olive Garden waiter
You think that stuff goes
climbing
moldy?
up behind Mountain Dew. Like, hey, you dropped your leaving bread,
Hey sir,
Gollum."
hey sir, would you? It looks like you need some more breadsticks. You want another breadstick?
How we doing over here?
You want some Alfredo dipping sauce with those?
Yeah.
Oh, you're destroying
Can
the
I
one
inter-
ring of power. Okay, no, you do that. You do
Yeah.
that.
Can I ask you if you'd like some dessert? Just trying to get those upsells.
Gotta get those upselling Gollum on the side of Mount Doom. That's,
I could do it.
Peter, I could do anything. I could bob it in the bathroom. All right, let's move on.
Pull it.
This story did not know. I did not know where this was going. Peterson's like, I got a story about the Olive Garden bathroom and a bop it. I was like,
Nope, that's exactly where it's going.
okay.
I feel like Peterson was rolling dice and just, I've got a story about an Olive Garden bathroom.
I knew you guys would like that one.
And a bop it.
And there's a bop.
Ooh, this got really gross.
This is really weird dice. So, in the news, you guys may have seen this. This is a big deal. Is cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all those
Huge
things.
deal.
Everyone's talking about it right now.
Everyone's talking about it, while at the same time, nobody knows what it is. I feel like I hear it mentioned at my office. Some guy in my office was telling me that his in-laws took out another mortgage on their home and invested $70,000 in Bitcoin. He told me this about 3 weeks ago, so I'm sure they're real happy right now because
gosh.
Bitcoin has about halved in value.
Real unhappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cryptocurrency is whatever. That's not what we're getting into today.
It could be. CryptoCast.
Because that's going to be another 15 minutes. But
Yeah.
I want to talk to
And no one will still understand.
No.
We'll try to explain it. It'll take 15 minutes and no one will understand it still.
Yeah,
Like, so
cryptocurrency
it's
is a
fake
digital,
money?
Yep, it's basically fake money. It's a digital currency that is stored in bits and pieces on the internet. It's just a bunch of ones and zeros. There's no like backing to the currency whatsoever. It's not backed on the dollar. It's not backed on a gold standard. It is just out there. So it is
What backs gold?
intrinsic value.
But that's what you're getting with Bitcoin.
So there it is. So it like
Huh?
some people are into that. Some people are terrified by what Spencer just said.
Yes.
Me, notably. Like,
JD's got those
That's
pit,
why
pit
bottle
tacos cooking.
caps are the
Yeah.
currency of the
in
post-apocalypse.
Fallout. Right. So whatever that aside, this really interesting trend, and this is our first segment, Explain the Hype, which we haven't had an Explain the Hype segment for a minute. But
I haven't.
We've
I
got some
want-
serious hype right now.
I want Spencer, because he is Bitcoin mining. Or I'm sorry, he's mining cryptocurrency, not
Yes.
Bitcoin.
Not Bitcoin.
And I want him to explain the hype. Now, first, I will give a brief primer, because what facilitated all of this and what made this so interesting is when I was me and a friend, Trent, who was on the show, we were trying to build a PC for our other friend, Jackson, who was also on the show. And I was going through the PC parts picker list that we put together and only realized, because how many PCs have we built? You built someone a PC and you buy all the parts and you put it together.
Yeah.
We get to the graphics card, the GPU, the video card, and
Retro.
Yeah.
it's a $250 card for Jackson's PC.
Yeah.
And currently it is sold out everywhere. But before
Everywhere.
it was sold out, it was $850. The parts picker list actually shows you the price of these components over time, and it had spiked from $250 to $850.
That's
This is
ridiculous.
a graphics card. This is
Yeah.
has nothing to do with Bitcoin inherently. It is for running your game. It is the powerful piece of hardware in your machine that runs the actual game, unless I'm mistaken.
No, but that's in that statement itself, the powerful piece of your equipment, or a graphics card by today's computing standards is the most powerful chip in your whole rig. So that's why it is utilized for these certain cryptocurrency mining platforms. Apologize. Let's get back to the story here.
So can't find Jackson a GPU because all of them are sold out. In the Utah Gamers group on Facebook we've been following, people post it. There are store shelves like emptied. This is crazy. It is a literal gold rush. It is a run on this one. It's like all the guys buying all the gold manning panning pans.
You'll get there.
Like a pan, and they're all sold out.
Situation.
It's like when you go buy like a snow shovel the day of a snowstorm, and if they're not sold out,
Or ice
the
melt,
Rite
just gone.
Aid is selling them for $15, and you're like, this is not a $15.
Yeah, during a heat
shovel.
wave, the big fans of the window box
Yes.
fans are gone.
That is this
That's
with a
this.
technology. I've never heard of this. It doesn't make sense to me. I know, and then I tell Spencer, who goes, "Oh, I have 20 sitting in a room and just mining for me." So, Spencer, explain the hype. Why the hell do you have 20 GPUs making
Nice GPUs, too.
magically making you invisible money on the internet?
That's right. It's
what?
I'm turning electrons into currency, and it's awesome. I
And
have
the
a little electron
currency is
phrase.
not real, but it's
Currency is
also
real.
something you can spend.
And we
You can
actually
sell.
just hit 21. I just got an email before we started today. I have auto notifies
Sorry,
across
Jackson.
the web.
This guy's got.
Yeah, I have
I'll sell it to you
auto-notifies
for
everywhere.
$2,000, Jackson.
It can be yours.
Oh, price just went up.
Yeah, make it 22. I think there's a lot of interesting things going on. A primer for Bitcoin again is a multiple hour show in and of itself.
Yeah.
And specifically where we're at, though, you have the concept of Bitcoin, and a lot of people basically compare it to some of the biggest speculative investments in history in terms of like the famous kind of tulip bulb rush.
Nice.
Pre-industrial in Amsterdam, this was like, they had tulip bulbs going for, again, the monetary equivalent of thousands of dollars, just purely based on speculation and hype, right?
Yep.
You have the dot-com boom of the most recent, and now you have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is mysterious enough that it eludes, the concept of it eludes like the common man, the common investor. It's complex enough to kind of keep people guessing, but it's also sexy enough to get people to buy into it. Oh yeah, I want these kind of crazy returns.
Well, the returns are insane because Bitcoin
They can be.
They have been.
has gone
the
historically
past.
from it was a couple of pennies just a few years ago, and is now it peaked at what $20-something thousand a Bitcoin.
It was like 19.5. I don't think they quite got to 20.
So
it was
when
close.
when you see this as just an average person,
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden you start seeing 5, 10, 20, 100x returns.
not percent X.
On
Yep.
your money. That's when people start to freak out. Again, my oversaturation moment is I've seen commercials on the interwebs and on TV for Bitcoin IRAs, Bitcoin-based 401ks, and then just
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
That sounds
Just
dangerous.
a way to let's gamble with your retirement
On the most volatile currency in history, and then you have
Don't
this
do
kind
it.
of this standard water cooler chat. Like people in my neighborhood will come up and say, "Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?" And I'm like, "It's past." So if you haven't invested in Bitcoin already, you don't know what you're doing. Don't do it. But if you just fancy yourself a gambler, like if you would do on the podcast, you potentially could get into it. My
You said
side
gambling.
of it.
I'm in.
Yeah, Peterson, we have to keep
Gambling?
him chained
What?
to the table. Otherwise, he's
talking
out to
about?
Wendover.
Oh my god.
My side of it specifically, and where you come in with the 21 graphics cards, I'm currently mining for Ethereum. And that
It's
is,
a different cryptocurrency.
it's basically the silver of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is kind of the gold standard, so one that everyone knows about. And Bitcoin, again, in the simplest of terms, explaining a lemonade stand to a 5-year-old, you have different companies, Amazon, UPS, several
A company.
huge companies. And these companies,
You can only name two.
well,
What
The wheels
else
are coming off this metaphor.
you
pretty
know,
fast.
what's another company?
Like a company, like the money
People
thing.
that do business. These companies generate an insane amount of data. How many sales does Amazon do in an hour, right? So what Amazon is doing and what UPS is doing, they just signed on about a month ago to track their shipments via a Bitcoin platform. Bitcoin miners, people will take, UPS will upload information to this blockchain. That's the other term that people hear. They will upload a packet of data that's saying, hey, we shipped X package to Y person on this date. A computer will take that information, verify it, stamp it and say, yes, this did happen, and put it back out into the universe. That is what Bitcoin is.
That's what your 21 processors are doing.
It's exactly what they're doing.
And they're validating these purchases.
So that's Bitcoin.
This is real.
Ethereum is a little bit different in terms of it can do that, but it also has programming, like actual software capabilities built on top of this. So people can run AI programs. People can run different types of marketplace programs on the Ethereum platform, but you have currently an unbreakable code, an unbreakable line of security validating and underwriting all of these different internet processes. That's what Bitcoin is. That's the whole point, and the value comes in that security. So when you talk about mining, we are actually performing an accounting service, if you will, for these different companies and platforms. Every so often, once we hit a certain threshold in terms of processes validated, the service says, hey, this is a token, this is something to thank you or to signify you've done work. That's when you generate currency. That's it.
And it's usually, is it typically like a fraction of, so if you validate like $1,000 purchase, do you get a fraction of that, or is it a flat?
It's not necessarily have to do with the amount of money that's purchased. It's the amount of purchases. So we could be validating, millions and millions of individual dollars in purchases, but it's validating millions of purchases rather than the dollar amount.
And so the idea is that with Ethereum, there are a lot of people. You guys are not the only ones doing this.
No.
And so the person that does this, it's not like you get assigned. It's just like these pop up, and whoever gets to them first gets the token, correct?
That's exactly right.
So if you're faster, that's why there's this run on these GPUs, because if you're the fastest one,
you want to be churning through as many processes as possible. And again, that's why the GPU is so valuable. Regular processors, CPU, like an Intel Core i whatever
you probably
processor.
have it if you have a laptop.
Yeah, every computer has just a regular CPU. Those do an okay job in terms of managing multiple processes, but when you're talking about a specific coded task on one road, GPUs right now cannot be beat.
And they're designed to run, like you said, just one thing, one big thing, and that's usually a video game.
That's right. That's just a massive line of code, but that code will translate into a 3D environment. That code will translate into a weapon in your hand.
Which is why a computer or a laptop that just has a CPU and not a dedicated GPU will not be able to run a game as well as a big machine.
That's right. You can run Google Chrome and like a Word document app and like a chat app all on the laptop, and a regular CPU will be good for that. But in terms of just the data, just crunching a huge amount of data and the numbers, you need a dedicated card, again, a graphics processing unit to do that. And so that's why it almost kind of happened by accident. Bitcoin itself, you can no longer, as a common person, mine Bitcoin in terms of it has been going on for so long. And as you mine more, there's only a finite amount of that currency. That's the other reason why it does have value. You're not just making more Bitcoin because it would dilute the pool, right? Bitcoin itself is becoming harder and harder to mine unless you are renting a warehouse in Russia or Mongolia, getting cheap power and have thousands and thousands of these computers doing it. It's unfeasible for the modern person to do it. The electricity you use will outweigh, like the cost of electricity will outweigh what you're mining.
So that's what I found interesting when I was talking to Spencer about this. You have to be very careful because I said, oh, shoot, why isn't everyone just using their computer to go do it?
That's right.
It's going to use more electricity than value you're getting back. So you're going to spend more money on your power bill
That's right.
than you're actually going to earn from getting this
If
currency.
you're just doing this on your computer.
And what that would look like. So, for example, again, thanks to our wonderful magic of video, JD's laptop right here. Let's just say JD's laptop, if you ran an Ethereum miner, would generate, again, 10 cents of Ethereum currency over the course of a week. But the amount of power that you would use in order to generate that would, again, let's say be $1.
I'll just go to the library. I'm going to be rich.
Well, yeah.
No, that's when you run a power cord from your neighbor's house over to your house.
Sorry, Larry, I'm Bitcoin mining.
He's like, why is our power bills going up so much? What happened?
And JD's over here rubbing those quarters together, making it happen.
Oh man, I'm rolling in it.
Yeah.
But there's crazy stories about people running these things so hot, not paying attention to it, and starting fires.
Houses burn down. I mean,
It gets hot. Like it runs as hot.
Bitcoin is so cool.
I hate to give JD the proper kudos, but it is a gold rush. It's a Wild West scenario. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's the wild.
is. It
Bitcoin
truthfully
could
is.
make you a millionaire, or it could bankrupt you and quite literally burn down your house.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is the coolest.
Yeah, and Spencer's actually doing it. He's stealing all of Jackson's graphics cards to do it.
Yeah, and that's why the and so explain.
You
the
guys have
other
been doing
thing.
pretty well on it, though.
So the other thing you said about the life cycle of these graphics cards just happened to match up with this timeline. Explain that.
This has been an extremely interesting time just in general for a lot of factors kind of coming together. We were talking about this with JD the other day, and when you start looking at all the layers of variables, it's crazy. So right now we are in 2018. We just had CES, and what that typically means is between now and middle of February, first part of March, the graphics card manufacturers, the big ones, NVIDIA and AMD, release their next year's chips. So brand new architectures, faster, shiny, biggie, whatever. This is a good time for that. You have that going, but what that means is NVIDIA, let's say in October, stopped printing the current series of graphics cards.
Yeah.
Because it's the end of the life cycle,
Yeah.
and they don't just have a surplus of these cards around because they need to retool an entire factory in order to print the new stuff.
Next one.
It's new technology, right? So in this cycle, or in this time frame of a graphics card's life cycle, typically supply is low anyway, but demand is even lower. I mean, nobody is looking to buy a brand new last year's graphics card. It just doesn't happen like that.
Well,
Now
that's what I would buy. Because I'm not buying the top
Sure.
of the line $800 card, right?
Well, I mean, there's eBay for that. There's a lot of ways you can accomplish that,
Yeah,
right? Besides NVIDIA cranking out a fresh one for you.
Yeah, I don't put in the order and we got an order from
Hey,
Peterson.
spool it up.
just in time.
Let's get it going.
Spool up the
Graphics
machine.
cards making.
That's right.
Oh my god! Spool up the machine.
Spool up the machine.
So, I mean, Ethereum, if you look at the price over 6 months, in August, September, it was around $275, $300 per coin in value. Since that time and through the first part of December, that spiked to $1,500 in value.
Yep.
So you're looking at a 5x increase in value. And again, when I very started this project, you could buy up to 8 graphics cards from most online retailers at a time. There was just no limit. I mean, people want to sell you as many as they can.
Yeah.
And now with the JD Primer, it is impossible to get any graphics cards, and especially for like a manufacturer's retail suggested price.
Yeah.
They're all extremely inflated in value. So
Go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
it's okay. What we're talking about is you had a huge run of demand for a supply that is historically like at its lowest point and diminished right now in terms of the life cycle of the cards. So it's creating this just insane environment of demand for these cards because everybody wants that gold pan, right? I mean, I can go down to River, I can do this. It's technically not that difficult if you have a base level of electrical engineering and computer software engineering to get a rig and a system up and running. But in order to do that, you have to have the components to do it. So it's an interesting time. It's an interesting time to be alive with this kind of stuff.
I'm glad you're in it because the way
Me
you're talking
too.
about how, I have talked to Trent because Trent plays around with it, but nowhere near the level you do. Trent will buy a few things. He checks out a lot of different currencies.
Yeah.
And so he's always got an eye on like different ones that are doing well, and you can watch. I mean, you could personally, people say it's too late to get into crypto, and I would say it is, but if you wanted to play with it and you had $500, you could put $10, $50 in this one, $100 in that one, $20 in this one, and you could stand, depending on these random Wild West factors. If Bitcoin tomorrow, because I think, what is it, like 40 people own like 80% of all Bitcoins.
Yeah.
If those, 2 of those people decide to sell out a shit ton of their and it just sends a Bitcoin on another run.
Yeah.
Isn't it Korea that owns like a ton of Bitcoin? Don't they buy it?
Well, Korea actually just came out with new current or new regulations for the currency, and that's what caused it to go from 19 now down to about 10.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that own those 40 people are not just like mysterious billionaires. Some of them were just nerds that just had, a stock of Bitcoin on a hard drive.
I mean, yeah,
Exactly right.
I've been hearing about Bitcoin. I've been aware of its existence for a decade probably.
Well, it came out in 08, so I mean, I think most people, I remember first hearing about it, the first time I really checked in on it was like 2010, 2011, and it was at $200. It spiked to $1,600. People got real excited, and then it cooled right back down in 48 hours back to 200. But again, for Bitcoin specifically, it's just a little bit more archaic technology. You have to have specific things to mine Bitcoin.
So we've gone way over on this. I think we've put like 15, 20 minutes. So we're going to move on.
Wake up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so if you're interested in Bitcoin, if
You
not,
want to make money?
we're going to talk about video games now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Video games, kind of.
Kind of. So our next segment is another one we like to do a lot is Dear Game Devs. And the one we're doing now is the Nintendo Labo. And our Dear Game Devs this segment is we are sending a plea to game developers that this is what we think you should do. And in this instance, our plea is to Nintendo, and it is make these Labo plans.
So if you're unfamiliar with Labo,
Are we Labo?
Labo.
Yep.
Labio.
That's what
Please
we were
don't
thinking.
say labio. Labo, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Labo.
Sure.
So Nintendo
From the geniuses that brought you the Wii and the Wii U comes the Labo.
and the Amiibo, and they just put bow at the end of stuff.
Miiverse.
So they just announced this new product for the Switch that's called the Labo. And everyone's buzzing about this, and the reason being is that it is made out of cardboard. So if you go and watch the video,
I don't think people are cheering for cardboard as much as human ingenuity, but
No. That's why people are interested. This is a video game console. This is a thing for the console.
I mean,
hardware.
it's an entertainment
it's peripheral.
experience.
It's a
Yeah.
peripheral.
It is
made out of cardboard.
peripherals, which means so you think about peripherals, that is additional plastic pieces that go with your video game. So a Guitar Hero guitar, which is going to cost you $50,
Right.
Or a Guitar Hero drum set, which will cost you $50, or a light gun, so like a duck hunt, like a more modern duck hunt gun, cost you $50 or $100.
It's usually something you like plug into the console or hook up to the console somehow.
Yeah.
Now you have like VR headsets, right? Like that's in the peripheral space.
Yep.
The ill-fated Microsoft Kinect, that was in the peripheral space, right?
Yep. So now Nintendo comes out with this cardboard peripheral, and what it is from the commercial is you get these cardboard printouts that have
It's like flat piece of cardboard.
and you know it's perforated, so you break the pieces out, and then it has instructions. So it's actually there is a software component to it because you download the software.
You're getting
and
a game with it.
it will tell you how to create these pieces. And in the ad that they showed, there's like a piano. For example, you make a cardboard piano and you put your Switch screen on the piano, like on a traditional piano where the music would go, and you push
load
a
your
button.
controllers in the
You put
side.
your controllers into the side. You push a key that actually moves.
Yeah.
It's all made out of
it
cardboard,
looks like a traditional piano.
and it
But
makes a sound.
That's incredible.
Makes sound.
That's
There's
amazing.
one that you put your controllers into what looks like cardboard handlebars of a motorcycle, and you can actually turn it like you're revving the engine.
And then if you move it, because these controllers can sense motion,
The Joy-Cons.
and the Joy-Cons can tell if they're upside down, which way they're facing.
Yep.
So when you put them both into the handlebars of this cardboard motorcycle handlebars, it knows if you're turning or whatever, and then you can then play. So it allows you access to billions of peripherals that are just limited by. Now, right now, Nintendo just has their own. But did they, their own plans, and they're limited, but they said, we're going to keep coming out with these. I'm sure they are, because they're Nintendo. And I'm sure they'll be cheap. You get a plan shipped to you for, $5-10 out of cardboard. You put it together with your kid. This is for kids, by the way.
So that's what people have been complaining about, all the adults, myself included, because I have 3 boys, right? 10, 8, and 4. and they're like, I'm going to buy this thing for my Switch. I'm going to put these expensive Switch components into this and let my kids play with it. They're going to break it immediately.
Would you rather have them accidentally throw or slam a Guitar Hero
They will
guitar into your
accidentally-
TV or a cardboard guitar into your TV?
Well, they're going to break what I'm worried about is they're going to break not only the cardboard, but the Joy-Cons themselves and the screen. Joy-Con replacements are $80.
Yep.
So they're not cheap.
This is
so-
genius on Nintendo's
Yeah,
part.
they're going to make This so much money in is Joy-Con replacements.
Genius.
Wait, JD, though, do you know how much the basic Labo kit is? Because it's the software and it's like a couple different layouts.
Sure.
$70.
That seems pretty reasonable.
It's $70.
There's one that's a backpack that makes the.
It's the robot. The robot pack is more like $80, something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
$10
so
more.
these are not going to be. I'm completely off base. They're not going to be that cheap.
No, they're not going to be cheap.
I mean, it's a game. It's a game with some DLC in terms of price.
So we were like, what are some of our. That was a good primer. What are some of our plans? What would we like to see Nintendo create? I have a bunch. Do you guys
Go,
have a
give me
bunch?
one.
Do you want me to go?
So if you're
Rapid
saying out
fire.
of cardboard
Yeah.
from the Labo?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I think Nintendo has a unique chance to fix some of their old mistakes. I think you come
Wow.
out with a Labo Power Glove.
Oh my gosh!
And then while you're at it,
Power
put
glove.
together that Labo Virtual Boy.
Dude,
You could build it.
Yeah,
you could build it.
You totally
You
could.
could totally build it, and it would look better than the current Virtual Boy. And you could just. And then this is my other one. This is my other one. I thought, well, okay, the Dreamcast Classic. That was a spin-off of House of the Dead, Typing of the Dead.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh!
as soon as they had
You gonna
that
make a
full working
typewriter?
piano in there,
Yeah,
You're like, I'm
Anything's
gonna make
possible.
a cardboard
so you type.
typewriter.
It's like a type. You remember those games when you were in like junior high that were like type this
Yep,
quickly
yep, yep.
enough and you'll kill this monster. It
Mavis
was that
Beacon
with
teaches
a
typing.
Mine were
zombie game.
Mine were a little bit more. My suggestions were maybe a little bit more sarcastic because
I have a bunch
I'm
more.
interested
so you do your
in the
sarcasm
Labo,
ones.
but I'm interested to see what happens. I'm definitely not buying one.
your kids is again. We talked
They
about
will
this.
pee on it and melt it immediately,
Dude, as soon as someone gets it on the block, as soon as someone in the neighborhood gets it, Dad, have you seen this? This is amazing. Like if you're in that,
Nope.
7, 8, 9, 10
I'm not
demo,
spending $70 on it though.
It will happen.
The games, my prediction, the games are going to be pretty lame. Just like 1-2 Switch, it's going to be like a demo on what the tech can do.
Yes.
And the game is going to be, it's not going to be fun. It'll be like
It's not fun
It's a
for
novelty.
you.
Okay,
Your
enough
kids
shit
will love
talking.
it.
Let's
So-
hear what you got.
a suit of armor. You're going to make cardboard pants and shirt that you are going to walk around in.
This is completely
like a
unrelated
big
to
rope.
the Labo.
No, and you're going to put the Joy-Cons in your arm, one in your arm, one in your leg, and you're going to walk around in a suit of armor. Or I thought,
Or you could just sit on the couch because you only have one on each and just do this.
Yeah,
or
dude, slap all those Joy-Cons in there.
Nintendo's smart.
15 Joy-Cons
They know how to
across
make
your body.
They know,
Basically,
You're just
3D
building a
mocap.
full 3D mocap.
they know how to make money. They're going to make a Nintendo Labo sword where you and your buddy each have a sword with a Joy-Con in it and they fight. This won't last more than 4 minutes. Either the Joy-Con or the cardboard will be completely destroyed. They're going to
Ideally
make a
both.
sword.
You know what would last longer is my idea for turning this into a Nintendo Labo DDR mat.
Ooh.
My
You know, when you got
just
break
sit-
dancers
sit
on the
the
sidewalk
Joy-Cons on-
and they lay down
Oh my
the cardboard
gosh.
for themselves to break dance on.
I think it's a little bit different in concept in terms of they're using a fridge box so you don't get like sidewalk burn. But
Also, that-
there you go.
was
It
better
is
for
a
the
break
Kinect.
dancing game for the Labo.
Oh my
And you
gosh.
don't actually plug it into any of it. You just
Throw down some
They're just
cardboard.
selling you a box. They're just selling our breakdancing kit is $85. You're gonna love it.
Dude, it's $95. It's sponsored
No,
by
dude.
Whirlpool.
And then you have
to put their fridge boxes.
the DDR version
Oh my
where you
God.
stomp on your
Cardboard.
your Labo controller.
Oh my
You stomp on the controller so they works for one DDR game before they break.
Well, they did show one, and they don't have this yet, but it was like a foot pedal.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
but
and I was
DDR.
like, yeah, I know, but I was like, okay, don't put my feet near the Joy-Con. Spencer's feet near a Joy-Con?
Oh my god.
He's gonna crush it to bits.
I'm not
Like
buying
two
it.
baby dolphins.
Yeah, they talked about the the cardboard robot, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not my size. That doesn't work.
I'll break
That guy in a little Labo.
Creak.
Do you have any, Spencer?
I did. I mean, not necessarily as creative as your side of a fridge box for breakdancing.
Can't all be that great.
I was thinking more like a murder simulator, like you make a knife or like a chainsaw or something like that, and have your kids like running around the house, trying to
like
kill
the
mom and
swords.
dad, type of a deal.
You gotta stay in the living room, obviously. I mean, I guess someone can carry the screen with them.
Yeah,
Dude, no, you
It's
know
all
what this
portable,
is?
bro.
The best one. This is the best one.
Okay.
A Ghostbusters gun where you have to look down at the screen to see the ghosts. But if you look up at like your TV, so you've got the screen mounted into the gun, and this is a big gun that you're carrying around like this, and you're like walking.
The
and
gun
then you've
has
got
a
the
name. It's a
main
proton
the
pack.
main screen, which
get
is
with
like everything, whatever. And you can see but you can't see the ghosts on your TV. You can only see the ghosts if you look down at your screen. So you could technically just play the whole game looking at the little screen.
I think you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what the Switch does, though. It only
Couldn't
goes
you
on,
do that?
It goes onto your big screen when it's docked into the
I need a Switch.
docking station.
You do need a
thingy.
Switch. Why don't you take it out? But you could just basically walk around the neighborhood and like search for ghosts.
So
like,
you
I
could
think
do
it'd be
like a
pretty cool.
VR type
Yeah,
thing.
it would
Oh,
be
okay.
like it'd be like a
Or AR.
AR type of situation. You could definitely
Augmented
do
reality.
that.
Yes.
And I think a thing like Ghostbusters would work really well. It'd be probably similar-ish in design to the they've got the
Yeah, to the fishing.
pole.
That's where I got it. Was looking at
Yeah.
the fishing pole. I was like, let's turn that into a gun.
Just guns. We want
Everything is gun. I got
Duck
more.
Hunt. I want Duck Hunt. Just a cardboard Duck Hunt gun.
Yes,
though.
dude. No, here's
double
what's
barrel
cool.
shotgun.
You're okay. Here's the most
Cardboard rounds.
visceral RPG experience you can currently get. You are playing an RPG. You get the Duck Hunt gun. That's the basic gun you play with.
Okay.
And as you go through the game and unlock different guns, Nintendo will ship you the plans for those guns.
Oh my God.
Wait,
I love it.
And then in order to switch them out, you have to manually pull your Joy-Cons out, grab the gun that's sitting on your coffee table, and then put the Joy-Cons in that, and then reload it. And then that'll feel like instead of just pressing a button and your guy pulls out a bazooka, and then you press it again, he pulls out a pistol, and then you actually have to physically grab it, pull it,
And-
put it up, and then shoot with that gun.
Just like basic training, how fast can you take apart this M16, right?
How
Yeah.
fast can you put together this new gun?
There are several guns. This gun is mine.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Labo, folks.
That's the Labo. So those are our
Nintendo,
ideas.
make this happen.
Dear
Super
game
excited.
devs, make the thing.
I'm interested though to see what happens with the Labo, how
gonna be
successful
huge.
it is.
Because
gonna be
Nintendo
huge.
is always like hit and miss.
Yeah, they'll throw something out there and they're like, "Oh, it's not. No one really likes it. We're gonna double down," and they just keep going for a while.
And then it works out.
They don't care. They've got so much cash. They don't care.
Yeah.
Dude, the
Shit.
Switch is just plain murder ball. It's
Okay,
great.
let's move on to. Do you guys want to do what we're playing right now? Or you want to do Dice of Destiny? What sounds better?
Let's do what we're playing right now because Dice of Destiny will kind of go into that as well.
Okay. Peterson, what are you playing right now?
So I recently finished a game which probably a lot of our listeners will be familiar with called Doki Doki Literature Club.
Well, that sounds odd.
Everyone
Please
says
explain.
It sounds like a lot of fun, right? A literature club. So, I just bear with me, okay?
we
So
usually
the game
do.
starts off as a typical Japanese dating sim.
I'm out.
I said bear with me.
Yeah, I tried. That was my best ever.
You s-
You had 8 seconds and you porked it.
So it starts off as a Japanese dating sim, and it has the same art style, as what you would expect from a
An
Japanese dating
anime
sim.
type of a theme,
Yeah.
cell shaded.
But like the characters aren't really like moving. It's like when they talk, they'll pop up on the screen, and then dialogue will come up. But it is a visual novel essentially. So you're going through it, and I'll be frank with you: the first hour and 15 minutes or so is essentially this dating sim type of thing. And there's not a lot of choices you can make. There are some, but you're just like reading dialogue and going through it, and you're like, what the heck's going to happen? The only reason anyone plays this game, though, is
Yeah,
because they
do
know something is
Do
going
give us one
to
reason
happen.
to play the damn game.
So you're this kid, you're a high school kid, and your cute neighbor girl, she
course.
convinces you to join a club, and you go check it out, and of course it's her and 3 hot girls, and you're like,
Is it a literature club?
yeah, and it's just reading. It's reading.
It's a Finer Things Club.
And finer things. But the girls are hot, so your character's like, okay, I can stay here. I'm just hanging out with these hot girls after school. So that's like your reasoning for doing it. And then you kind of pick one to like kind of go for, and the other ones kind of get mad. So
I'm
it's like
glad
a
we got
dating
these
sim.
emotions now. This
Yeah.
is how you
Yeah.
go for
Boop, boop,
girls.
boop, boop.
Hey, baby.
So
Haven't you been
I
waiting?
am John Peterson, Japanese dating robot.
So you do this, but then it takes, and this is, I'm going to try hard not to spoil all the stuff.
You don't need to spoil it.
Spoiler.
So
Say some
it
spooky
takes
stuff
a
happens.
very dark turn. It's not scary. It's they call it psychological horror. It's a very dark story, and it delves really deeply into mental illness, into abuse.
Oh, this sounds like a dope game. When you started with Japanese dating sim, I was on board.
And
but
then I went into
psychological torment and abuse.
something
Ooh.
bad really happens. But the crazy part is the game starts manipulating. It breaks the fourth wall. It starts breaking the fourth wall and realizing it is a game. But once this bad thing happens, it resets itself, and you go and you like essentially start over. But every time,
I get to do the
Literature
dating
club.
sim again.
no. But listen, once it happens, everything that it would have mentioned, this bad thing, or would have alluded to it, it's blurred out and it's fuzzed out, and then creepy like images will pop up of the girls. They start to go crazy, and it gets nuts.
You've
And
beaten this?
yeah, and I played it. It took me 3.5 hours. I did it all in one sitting.
I could not get enough of this game. You guys.
It's because you can't stop. Like once you start and get to that point, it gets so crazy. At one point, you have to go in and actually manipulate the Steam files for the game. Like it gets
Wait,
that
what?
meta. Yeah, you have to go in and do that because one of the characters realizes it's a game, and she starts talking directly to you.
How did you know how to do that?
It doesn't. It feeds it to you a little bit, but not totally. Like it kind of gets you there, and I was like, wait a second, do I have to go in and do this? And so I go in and do it, and I'm like, that's how I progressed in the game. And like you can save your game, and at one point, like you'll go to click save, and it's like you don't need to save it anymore. I know what's going on, and like it gets real.
Dude,
creepy.
this is like that. I love that. They did that in West of Loathing a bunch, like
Yeah.
the fourth wall stuff.
But this is like a really creepy version. And honestly, I couldn't stop thinking about it for days when I was done. It sounds crazy. It sounds stupid. But it is an experience. If you're okay reading, like sitting down and doing this visual novel and reading for a few hours and playing through this, it's a ton of fun. It's crazy. It's creepy. It doesn't feel good. It's not like happy and laughy. You're just like... Watch
Dude,
it. You're
tell
playing
me
it, and you're
more.
like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!"
Doesn't
Like,
that
is this
just
real?
describe you dipping your toe into any Japanese dating sim? It's kind of
or like
creepy.
acid. Like it's not fun. You're not going to enjoy it, and you're going to be sad. Was
Well,
this
we
your
all
Dice
played-
of Destiny
we all played,
game?
No, I just played this because everyone's been talking about it.
Okay, what else did you play? And please, not a full review this time.
Okay, so that's Doki. I mean, I had to give that one kind of a review though because
I thought
I
it
know
was
you
your-
guys were like Japanese dating sim, blah.
We're still doing that.
That did not change.
JD,
at
I
all.
promise you, if you played it, I
How much is
guarantee
it?
you, it's free. It's on
Oh.
Steam. It's free.
Oh, I'll play.
I
play
guarantee-
Is it worth it though?
I guarantee if you played it, you would be like, "Oh my gosh, what just happened?" At the end of this, it'll blow your mind. That's my.
I'm stoked.
All your
I-
wildest dreams will come true.
wildest dreams coming
So,
true.
on a lighter note, I'm playing on the Switch a game called Battle Chef Brigade.
Hooray.
This is more my speed.
So this is
Battle Chef.
yeah. So this is kind of crazy, and it's this crazy mashup of genres that works. So but it's essentially you are a character, and it's this Japanese looking type of game, more like it looks like a JRPG. You're essentially a chef, and you're competing in a chef competition, but you have to go get your materials, your cooking ingredients, by going out and killing monsters. So it's like ready, set, go, and you run out, and you have all these fighting moves, and you go and fight these monsters, and you kill them, and you take their ingredients that they drop.
So a big wheat monster or a big beef
No,
monster?
No, it's just monsters. There's like a flying bird looking thing, and you jump up and you kill it, and it drops meat, and it drops
Chicken?
They're not. Is a chicken a monster, Spencer?
Can
in
be.
certain contexts, yeah.
No. These are like
If you're a kernel of corn,
I said it's Japanimation. These are like not real monsters, you guys.
okay.
So
Mesoamerican
so
cockfighting.
you go out there, you kill them,
Terrifying.
and you cook with them. But the cooking part of the game is a match 3. So you drop these ingredients, which have like a like a gem pattern almost, and you drop them into the pot, and then you start stirring, and you match it to make them better, and you make a better dish that way. And it's hard because it's all timed. All these competitions are timed. So you have to run out, kill stuff, run back, cook, run out, kill stuff, run back, cook. It's timed, and it's crazy fun. Like, it sounds like this weird mashup, and I'm telling you, it is a blast. Even my wife, who does not game, is playing this game on the Switch. Like, her version of a video game, she plays a cross-stitch game on her phone, which isn't a game at all. You just tap a button, and it puts a color in a spot.
Picross.
No,
it's not Picross. It's cross-stitch.
Better than Doki Doki.
Excuse me.
But
It's not. You can't down-talk Doki Doki unless you play it.
I'm actually doing that. I haven't played it. This is the 1 week, though. I'm glad
Open your
Peterson's on the
mind
cast.
and heart.
Because
the 1 week.
I would never play these games, but I'm glad we have the content to share, right?
So real quick,
good for you.
I'm
just gonna say, it looks
I'm
like we're
validating
steaming
real quick
for a
Doki
good for
Doki
you.
IGN People's Choice Award for every single category it was nominated for in 2017.
Best dating sim,
No.
best twist.
Best PC game.
Dating sim.
Best PC game, best adventure game, best story, most innovative, and it won the Steam Awards for defies description. That's why it's hard for me to describe it.
I mean,
It's crazy.
That's a people choice. That's like a voting.
Yeah, people go in and vote.
I mean, Hillary Clinton won the popular election by 3 million votes, but here we are.
But we got the better option. Right, JD?
JD gets it.
I'm not even a Hillary Clinton fan, but come on.
Okay, so Spencer, what are you playing?
Back to something normal.
Something
Yeah,
we've
we don't
already
need to
talked
go
about.
too
Here
deep
we
into
go.
this.
We should.
We shouldn't.
Game of the year 2016. It's back, baby. The Division came out with, for us, our long-awaited global event. And what this is it's a community-wide event set across the entire map. They've refreshed content that's years and years old, and it's super fun. How fun was the raid last night?
It was pretty fun.
No, dude, it was amazing. JD was sweating. His heart rate was up.
No, 100%. My heart pressure has not been, or blood pressure has not been that high in a video game.
Yeah.
Probably since we played League. I don't get that hyped, even on like very, very intense Heroes of the Storm matches when it's like a crazy comeback and we're going to win. I'm still like pretty chill. That raid last night, dude.
It was awesome.
I was telling Jenna, I said, I felt like I was playing at my absolute peak and was forced to play at my absolute peak for 25 to 30 straight minutes.
Yeah.
With zero like, oh, I made a mistake, or oh, I missed a shot, or oh, I didn't get this out. It was like, if you made a mistake, you were dead. And if everyone made a mistake, we were all dead.
They were all dead.
Oh, it was crazy.
You got to try again.
We had Jiang Wu, I believe his
Are
name
you
was.
friends with him now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Spencer picked up a pug and...
Spencer actually liked a pug.
Found a pug he
Just
liked.
just through matchmaking, and
You know
then we
why?
had
'Cause
a
the
little
pug didn't
adventure
talk.
after.
Yeah,
And he
if
was a good teammate.
Ever turns on his dude. I watched that guy. He had run into a room and I was behind him and I got downed and he like poked his head back and was like, oh, and then he threw me like a healing box.
Yeah.
It was like the full distance, like how far you can throw it, and then it like healed me up and he's like, there you go. I was like, oh, and he covered me as I ran to that room.
So the
Dude,
Division
he was dope.
Great third-person shooter, and it's back. Love
If you
the
guys
Division.
are thinking about the Division, play it.
Do it.
And definitely, if you guys are,
If you already have it,
if you
and
want
were
to play
just
with us,
out,
we always have an
just
open
jump
spot.
in.
There's 3 of us, and there's 4 for a party. So hit us up on Twitter or Facebook or something, and we'll just add you, and you can add us. And
Spencer's on 24/7.
Spencer plays all the time. So yeah, if you guys want to play the Division with us, hit us up. And I have been playing some games from 2012.
Very nice.
Okay.
One is the one I've been playing, and I've been having. I told you guys I picked up a ton on the Steam sale.
A lot.
And this is my first
Yep.
Steam sale game that I've really gotten into. It's called
Kudos.
Rocket Bird's Hard Boiled Chicken.
Okay.
That is definitely the name of Peterson's sex tape.
Oh. Rocket Bird's hard-boiled chicken?
Listen, it's not my sex tape. I don't judge. That's you, man. Good for you, buddy.
It is not
I'm still
legal
trying to
to
make that-
own that tape in the United States of
Oh my
America.
gosh.
Blacklisted.
I am the Rocket Bird.
And watch my chickens. No, Rocket Bird's Hard Boiled Chicken is a 2D action adventure
Nice.
side scroller, and the premise is that you're like a beefy action star chicken hunting down a penguin dictator. The penguins are the bad guys.
Penguins.
It's just like it's just pretty middle of the road. It was $5. And I think it was cheap. I think it was like 50 cents because I got it on the Steam sale. It's $5 right now. But it's a side scroller, and you have a gun, and you pick up new guns, and there's like no reloading or anything. You just hold it down and just shoot people. It is the most mindless side-scrolling shooter I've ever played. There are some puzzles, which are kind of fun. Like, oh, I have to drag this box that I saw like 5 levels ago all the way over here and unlock this thing. But it's fun. You unlock new like abilities and stuff, and it's just dumb.
Is it worth it for $5?
Oh, 100%. If you need a 2D game that'll take 8 hours and give you... It's not super challenging, but it's not super easy. Just like kind of a fun game. This is
standard JD pick.
The other one, yeah, that's my style. Relaxing. The other one, and this is, I have to be honest, I actually was going to count it on the 3-Bit Championship, and now I can't. Because I downloaded this game kind of to play. I think Jeff got me this game like a year ago, and I finally downloaded it. And then I mentioned it to Jenna or showed her the trailer, and she's like, I'll play that. And I was like, okay. And usually the intent...
now she's taking over JD's computer.
Usually what that means is I'll play like the platforming and stuff, and if I hit a boss or a really difficult part, you can take over, and we play it together. No, Jenna is very good at this game. It's called Dust: An Elysian Tale. It's from 2012. It is an RPG hack and slash Metroidvania 2D side scroller. So it's like Metroid or Castlevania in that like you can unlock new areas and come back and get new abilities, and it's a hack and slash, and it's got all these RPG elements as far as like gearing out and like doing your stats and skill trees and stuff. But it's a hack and slash, and I haven't helped Jenna with it, I don't think, at all. And she just plays it, and she's like hooked, and it's fun to watch. It's really pretty. I mean, it's 2012, and you can tell it's 6 years old game, but it's good. It's fun. It was cheap. I think it's still cheap because it's so old.
It's an old game on Steam,
but it's kind of got it's got a cool art style that feels very anime. Okay. And it's got
Spencer's
kind of a story that feels pretty anime, in that you're just, it's got a lot of the classic anime tropes, and it's good. It's really good, and so that's what we're into.
Yeah, and actually last night we logged in, and Spencer's like, "Hey, let's play The Division," and JD's like, "I can't." Jenna's playing Dust.
Well, JD is like the world's best video game boyfriend, right? We were sitting down, and JD, we were all kind of chatting and stuff like that, sitting at JD's computer, and his sweet girlfriend's like, "Hey, can I play?" Sure, no problem. Like knowing full well, like we're sitting waiting for JD to come play.
They were booting and waiting for me, and she's like, "Can I play Dust?" And I was like,
"Oh, absolutely."
Sure.
And we were like, "All right."
It was awesome. It was super nice of that.
These guys are you kidding me? Because I was on my Apple earbuds, and so because I was on my phone on Discord, and so I was holding it in my fist when I said that, and didn't think you guys heard it.
Oh yeah,
nope.
But no, you definitely.
He was like,
it.
Sure, and then so
you didn't even put up a fight,
and then we were like, all right, JD, listen, night's almost over. We want to do this raid. Just get in, and he's like, Jenna's playing. I was like, I understand. Just communicate and go to her and say, "Hey, babe, I'd really like to do this raid real quick with these guys. Give me 30 minutes. Can I do that?" And he was just like, "Oh, I guess I can ask my girlfriend questions."
But he was just so nice about it. I mean, last time we were giving him a hard time, like, "Holy crap, JD, you folded so fast."
Yeah.
But
I perma-folded.
Yeah, but looking back, that was the smart play. Good for you.
Yeah.
And then number 2, like, just world's best gaming boyfriend.
If I can, here's the thing. This is
He's glad that she's into a game.
Well, like, because she's getting into games. Here was one thing. I asked her the other night, and this was really unique. I said, have you ever... Because she was into a game like we all get into games. Whereas you walk into the room, and you can't hear anyone. Like, someone walks into the room to talk to me while I'm playing games, and they could have a full conversation. I'd be like, And then they're like, did you hear anything that I said? And you're like, no.
JD in one ear, out the other.
And I think that's how a lot of people, when they're really sucked into a game, like when you're playing like a super immersive game like Fallout or something, it's really easy to get sucked in.
When you're experiencing flow.
but I don't think Jenna has ever had that experience before. She's played these games and had a lot of fun, like loved them and stuff, but I don't think she's ever gotten sucked in. And I think it may be because she hasn't played an RPG like this, where you're like, oh, I just got to grind a little bit more. Oh, I can get this if I grind just a little bit
that'll
more.
suck you
One more mission.
Yeah, just one more mission. Oh, I can just get this. And ooh, there's all these areas I've unlocked. Oh, I better go check if this area. And I realized that like she was sucked into this game.
It's awesome.
And completely distracted and in this own little world. And I was like, I can't pull you out of that. So
Good for her.
And yeah, good for her. And maybe if the GPU price ever drops below $6,000,
yeah,
we will get her a PC as well.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, so that's what we're up to, and just to wrap up, we got to do Dice of Destiny.
We're gonna do our Dice of Destiny. We got to finish it off.
Look,
and
you
do
can
a
see our
reroll.
dice bag.
The dice bag.
Dragon pouch.
To check out the Dragon Pouch.
Yikes.
Check out our YouTube. So, Dice of Destiny is this cool, fun little thing that Peterson invented that allows us to try a lot of new games. And one of them, we have a bunch of rules. We have a 20-sided dice, and it has 20 different game genres on it. We have and so you roll that to decide your genre. And then we have, you also roll a 6-sided dice to see how much how much you can spend on the game, and then whether the game is made by like a big studio, like a AAA studio, or an indie studio.
Yep.
And then finally, once we've locked down the game, the genre, the price, and who made it, then we roll between the three of us to see who plays that game, and then you get to go pick a game.
That's right.
Roll to see what we're gonna play.
So Peterson rolled.
I rolled last time. We rolled me, and so this was my second in a row win, and it was almost identical. So I had a horror game, had to be less than like $40, I think, and it had to be an indie game.
Yep.
And I haven't played a lot of horror games until recently because my last Dice of Destiny was a horror game as well.
Now you're horror-sin.
I'm a horror boy.
That's all you play now.
Yeah, you like actively seek out horror games.
You guys, I got a good horror game. I'm like that creepy guy.
Yes,
it got real weird now.
Goes to
you
FearCon.
meet him at work and you're like, oh, you play video games? I play video games too. Do you play Overwatch? He's like, no. Have you tried Doki Doki Literature
Can you see
Club?
my black eyeliner?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't play anything happy. So I started playing this game called, and we talked about it last episode, 2 episodes ago. Episode, it was called Darkwood. We already made fun of the name, so we don't have to go there again. So this game's called Darkwood.
What is like penis?
There it is.
Spencer's just giving me the worst scowl.
Toilet Cast returns. So bad.
So this Darkwood, it's a top-down adventure type of game. It's a survival horror. So essentially,
it does actually sound interesting.
During the day, you have to go out, and you're this guy. You go out during the day, and you need to collect stuff. You need to run a generator at night, so you need gas to run the generator. You got to gas it up. Can't forget that. You're in this beat up house, so you need to collect wood and nails to like fix parts of the house, because at night you're in this horrifying forest that you can't get out of. Everyone's trying to find a way out, and no one can. And at night,
so all the weirdos turn crazy.
Everything turns crazy. All these like crazy antler head cultist looking thing will come in there. There's ghosts looking like spirits that'll come in and kill you. You have to cook in your kitchen. You have to have this solution going, and that kind of keeps the ghosts away. You have to have your lights on. That kind of helps keep them away.
How many shotguns or chainsaws do you get?
Okay, so you start off with nothing.
Ooh.
And so my weapon, so I'm on day 4, day 5, right? So I've spent a few nights in the game. I've died several times. But my weapon, the only thing I've had time to craft so far is a plank with nails in it.
Wow.
So, I'm essentially beating them.
It'll kill
It'll
things.
kill.
It
It'll
worked
kill
for
things.
Mo and the aliens.
So let me I just want to tell you guys quickly about some of my nights, because this game really is a horror game, especially if you kind of really dive in, which I tend to do in games. Like I really get sucked into it. So I've put my house together. I've gassed up my generator, and night starts to come. And it doesn't like give you a real warning when night starts to come. If you're walking around, it's like,
the
there's
sun
a
goes
thought
down.
dialogue that's
the
like,
thing.
I should start maybe getting back to my house now. And there's not a good map, so you have to remember where you went, because if you wander too far, good luck finding the way back to your house.
Dude, that's awesome.
And so I've essentially set myself up in a room of the house where there's 2 doors, and I put both of the lamps in that room with me.
Oh my god!
And you can only see. You've got like this flashlight visibility, so you can only see what you're looking at. So if you can't see things behind you, right? So that's a kind of cool mechanic. So I, of course, hide in the corner of this room. I've got lights on each doorway, and I'm just sitting
This
there.
sounds real. This sounds like,
It's
horror
terrifying.
situation. What you do, like lights.
And I'm
in the
sitting there
corner.
looking back and forth from one door to the other. And the nights are like 8 minutes long or something. So for 8 minutes, I'm like hearing, and you hear creepy noises. So at one point, I've set up a trap. It's called a chain trap that like things will get caught in.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, all of a sudden, I hear this creepy thumping in my house. Doop, doop, doop. So I know something's in there. And this creepy, it's called
Marley
a
and Marley
savage.
come in.
It's called a savage. It's this humanoid type of guy comes in and gets caught at it, and he's lunging at me, but he can't get me because
Fuck
the
that.
chains.
Oh my God,
And
I
so
hate
I've got
that.
my
I hate
I've got
that.
my board, and I'm beating him to death as he's caught on this thing. But even worse. At one point, the I hear it's the nighttime, right? I hear a knock on my door. And I'm like, nope.
I'm not getting that.
I'm not getting that.
Who's gonna get that door?
It
No,
just
it's not-
keeps going.
That's not me.
And I'm like, no, go away. Like, no one's home.
Maybe they're going to give us a good deal on solar panels.
Yeah. It just keeps going. And then all of a sudden I hear, they've
let 'em
opened
in.
my door. And then I hear, because there's
Rude.
like a couple doors. And
So
then,
rude.
And then they start messing with me. All of a sudden, one of my doors opens that I'm looking at, and I've got my friggin' board ready. Nothing comes in, so I like run over real quick and shut it, and run back to my corner. It opens again, and all of a sudden, this guy comes running in with some rocks and starts like hitting me with a rock while I'm hitting him. It was terrifying. Essentially, what's going through my head the whole time is, oh my gosh, hurry up and come back. I need day. Please come day. Can I go to sleep and let day come? It's terrifying.
God.
So the game, it's a lot of fun. It's fun to do. It's interesting to play. However, I will say there were frustrating things about it. You feel like you don't have enough time during the day to go and get all the stuff you need.
Feels like a baby simulator.
So I've got a plan, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to loot it, go back to my house, and get this set up. A lot of the time, you just didn't have enough time to do all that. So you spend a lot of time at nighttime hiding in the corner of my house.
Well, once you get like a gun and stuff, maybe getting caught out
Yes,
won't be
and
the end of the world.
I did have gun. No. You can't get caught out. Like
You have to be in your house.
The ghosts kill you, and you can't fight them. They just like swoop in super fast. I did it one time. And it's
Proton
just like
pack?
bam, 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 bam. You're dead.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, very creepy, very fun. It's cheap. I think I
Tell
got
us
it.
the name again.
It's called Darkwood. I think I got it for $15 on Steam. Actually, right now it's on sale. Right now for $10.
Would you? Is there value there? Would you buy it?
Yeah. Especially
Definitely
if you love like a survival horror. I mean, I would give it like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Like, was it my favorite game? No, but did I enjoy it? Absolutely.
Okay.
So if you love a survival horror, check it out. I mean, it's cheap. It's a Polish company, so you know it's like super creepy because they just like love that sort of stuff.
Because they live in the Grimm's fairy tales. It's like
yeah.
they never stopped.
It's Poland
Yeah,
equals creepy. I
No,
guess.
they also made The Witcher. You know what I mean? It gets a little creepy, and
Yeah.
they do a good
Polish
job.
fairy tales are terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Darkwood, check it out. At least go look at it on Steam because it's definitely different looking than anything I've played before.
Cool.
Can we please roll me a game?
Okay, so this time we are fixing the dice even more in JD's favor.
This is perfect for our first video content.
So
the actual dice.
I don't think we need to do the
Usually
8
we
yet.
roll a
Let's just
six-sided-
do a 1 and a 1, and I'll take 4.
That's what we did last time.
We did 1, 2, and 3. I want to go 1, 1, and 4.
Six-sided dice. Okay, so I won.
And then we'll do 8 next. If we have to do 8, I'm
We'll
gonna
do
lose
it.
I'm gonna lose my mind, and then I'm gonna go to Vegas and bet against myself.
Well, always bet against JD.
Yes.
No, honestly,
So, okay, here we go. I'm going to roll. I'm the DM today.
you're rolling not from me.
So the first we're rolling is
There's
for
a
the
20-sided
genre.
dice for the genre. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
we've got our list up.
No horror, no fighting. Ooh, that looks new.
18.
That looks new.
A party game.
Party.
Oh my
Party
gosh,
game.
a party game?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Spencer's going to get a party game. All right, let's roll for AAA or indie.
Indie
So
party game.
1, 2, 3 is indie. 4, 5, 6 AAA. So
Oh,
it
God.
can be a
Oh,
triple.
so it's gonna be
It can
Mario
be a
Party.
triple.
I was
game.
gonna say Mario Party. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
The price on this. So each dice roll is like the $10 equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
So $60
or
Okay.
below.
This is anything. You
This
can
is
play
literally any party game ever
Party
made.
game. So I'm gonna roll for who gets this. Okay, Spencer's a 1.
2.
I'm a 2. JD is all the rest of the
3,
numbers.
4, 5, 6. Please roll. Oh my God! Don't hide it. Just show me. Just
Make
show
it
me.
happen.
It's a 5.
Hey,
JD's
hey,
playing
hey.
a party game.
JD's gonna party.
It's perfect. You and Jenna can play a party
Yeah,
game.
Party
buddy.
boy.
We'll find some friends.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to have friends to find friends.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. Well, that does it for us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in to our first video broadcast. And to play us out, we've got the music from Dust and Elysian Tale. I've been listening to it for
There
a
you go.
long time, and it's good. Our podcast is good.
Love the podcast.
What was our podcast is good? Was that a question?
Sorry, I lost where I was. on my
Good.
page.
JD's going with good.
Go to our website and check out our good website.
Yeah, it's a good website.
It's just a real good adjective to describe things.
Check out our website. It's 3bitgamershow.com.
It looks good.
I've
It
been
looks
blogging
really great.
all of our stuff, so I will be posting information on cryptocurrency. I'll be posting the video for the Nintendo Labo in case we didn't adequately describe it, and a bunch of other details and stuff we discussed about. So check out the blog if you ever want any more additional stuff on the Sode. Beyond that, 3-Bit Gamer Show is a production of Broadway Media. Our producers Dylan Allred and Mike Wiest wrote our intro music. I'm JD, logging off.
This is Peterson going AFK.
Spencer putting on my mining hat, going back to work.
Broadway Media Podcast Network.